Alright, so this is going to be the update, because I'm now back and I've now got a lot of stuff. Starting off with the more boring. For Canada, I went to an exchange shop and actually got some supposedly better condition. I mean, none of them are UNC, but they're definitely better than what I had. So I'm just going to pause and find them in my album and compare. So like this 50 was completely folded up. This one much nicer. Now I can't decide which of these 20s is better. I think it's definitely not that one, but this one or this one. I can't quite decide, so I might keep both of them until I decide which one of these 20s is nicer. And finally the 5, this one's definitely nicer than that one. So I'm gonna exchange those for actual money. I always thought this strip was very a lot of the Canada notes I had, they were the strip seemed kind of quite fragile, so I'm definitely more satisfied with that. But that's the more boring, just something. Australia didn't manage to find any 5s. This one's alright, it's good enough. Next, I found this 20 in an exchange shop, an old Swiss franc. I was surprised when I saw it. I did not expect to see an old Swiss franc note, but it fits perfectly, so I'm just going to put that in. Because these have been withdrawn from circulation, so I'm surprised a Serbian exchange shop would have it. The last thing that goes in this album is this 1,000 yen. The new 1,000 yen. Let me find the yen. Where is yen? Here. I don't have the 5 or 10 yet. Although I do have placeholders until I get them. These are replicas. Obviously they're not worth anything, but they're sort of placeholders until I get them. Sticking with Asia though, I met someone at the airport who gave me these two. Talked to them and they didn't have anything. They went to Thailand but they didn't have any Thai note currency, but they had these 2 notes, so I bought them. Before I put those in on the way to G, this is 30,000 Georgian lari. Interesting denomination. So here the 5,001 goes underneath my 1,001. Maybe soon I'll get all of them, and I have to organise all of K though, which is great. Actually no, there's not much K left. This is St. Pierre and Miquelon. I'm going to get a 10 from there also. So it says that, and each of the French territories, so Réunion and so on, all the difference is the text up there. I have some stuff kind of from all of them, but not really. I'll show that in a second. This 1 and 2 from Singapore look very different. I imagine this one's much older than this one. So this is the sort of not really stuff from the French territories. I couldn't really justify giving 100 quid, 100 euros, $100, whatever, for each of these, which some of these would cost even more. By the loop, the cheapest you'll find is like 200 on eBay. For these territories that I just simply don't care about, because I'm not French, I'm not from any of them, and they're not really even real countries, so I couldn't justify buying most of these, so I just got some replicas. Maybe someday, maybe if I'm like a millionaire, sure, why not? But I'd much rather get some better notes than these ones. Like this much nicer notes you can get for 100 quid. And the only difference, so this is like the 100, but say if we got the 5, which is what you'd probably buy because most people don't, these are like thousands. If you wanted to just get the 5, like the St. Pierre and Miquelon I showed earlier, each of them would be at least, they would look exactly the same, it just have the writing on top. And, well, Guadeloupe's probably the most expensive, like £200. This one's probably like 100, Réunion, Martinique. So, yeah, I didn't get actual notes. These are just replicas. Oh well, I know some people hate replicas, but I don't mind them because they're placeholders for stuff that you don't really care about getting too much, but they complete the set or whatever. These are 2 new ones from the letter N. Netherlands, very nice, very classic note, sunflower. I want to get the 250 at some point, but it's very expensive for a value that's, I mean, golden, Dutch golden doesn't actually get used anymore, so I haven't got the 250 yet. And New Caledonia, this one. Yeah, so that's Netherlands. And yeah, the New Caledonia is pretty poor quality, but well, pretty shit condition. And finally, British Caribbean territories and Bahrain note, which is going to make me move everything under letter B, which is great. Can't wait. There is the British Caribbean territories right after the British Armed Forces. And finally, I noticed last time I couldn't find where the Finland note was, and that's because it's behind here somehow. I don't know how it's ended up there. This is. I bought some new Finland notes as well. I got a 10 and 20. It's not arrived yet. There's a few things I've ordered. I've ordered some. Well, I'll do a video on all that when it arrives. But yeah, I didn't actually show off Finland because I put the French francs over them. So that's the Finland note. So that's everything for notes. I'm going to move on to coins now. There is a few, for example, from Sweden, Finland. I wanted to get the full set of the current Danish krona. I was hoping maybe I could find it at the airport, but no one uses Danish krona, unfortunately. Scandinavia is done with cash. So probably gonna have, I don't know, I don't really want to overpay, because like you can get them, but you have to pay like way over their value unless you know someone, and I don't know any from Denmark. I might know someone from Sweden, so I'll see. I might know someone who can get me Japan and Korea and stuff like that as well. I always wanted to finish those sets without having to pay too much for them. If I sound out of breath, it's because I am. I've been on a long journey to get home today. Someone just called. That's probably good. So the recording's fine. These are 2-cent coins from all the European Union countries, apart from Lithuania. I remember last time I showed a Lithuania 2-cent that I said I ordered that and these never arrived, so to compliment them, but now they did. So that's every Euro 2-cent. I've also got every Euro banknote, which is determined by the starting serial number, starting letter of the serial number. So E, F, X, Y, whatever. Germany's X, Greece is Y, Italy is S, and so on. Some of the rarer ones are, for example, Finland, which is L, Slovenia, which is H, and Cyprus, which is G. The only one I don't have is Estonia, which is D, which is ridiculously rare. The only one I could find is someone selling it for like 3 times. I know someone in Estonia, and I asked them to find one for me, and even they couldn't find it. So this is Norfolk Island commemorative coin. This is Guam, I think, or whatever. I didn't have. Yeah, it's Guam. Mayotte, 10 euro silver. I actually thought this was going to be bigger when I ordered it, but whatever. Central African francs. Some interesting denominations, because this is 7,500 coin, and this is 4,500 coin. And finally, Cocos Keeling Islands, which completes the set for every single country / territory, or not every single one, but most of the main ones. For example, I know for some of the, I kind of cheated for some of the French ones, but it's enough. It's close enough. And then this box I'll show in a second. This contains 183 different countries' coins. Probably some stuff here that I already have loads of. I'll have to look through them all nicely. I'm not going to go through all them all carefully right now, but yeah. Maybe I should have asked the person I saw at the airport for some of the Asian coins they had, but I think from what I understood, they actually preferred collecting coins. They didn't really collect notes, so I felt bad sort of asking for any of them. What is this big one here? I might do an entire video on these, or I might just, I don't know, but I'm not going to go through them all now. So yeah, that's everything for now. There is not quite a few, but there is a decent amount of stuff I've ordered that hasn't arrived yet. So when everything, well, not everything, because there's always more, but when most of the stuff arrives that I want, then I might do another video. I'm sure I already know this one penny. Is this? Yes, that's Ascension Island. I knew that one. Yeah. And there's also quite a few different East Caribbean countries. I don't think it's got all of them, but I remember I said these Caribbean notes, it doesn't specify. Well, it does specify, but they've got different, multiple countries, and I didn't have like every serial number. Well, quite a few coins here, so probably still not all of them, but the notes do have the name of all of them, so that's good enough. yeah, Denmark, Sweden, Japan, Korea. Those are probably the goals for notes for countries I want to complete or at least get more of. Yeah.